Hello everyone.
Hi, you just watched a cool cartoon clip of the cool autistic gamer 774. Subscribe for more and hit a like if you liked it. Thank you.
Yeah, whatever that guy said. I've been wanting to make a video about Smiling Friends since the first season dropped back in 2022, but I didn't really know what I'd say about it that hadn't already been repeated ad nauseum. The show is damn good, really funny, easily one of Adult Swim's best, and one of my new favorite shows. It's all stuff I do genuinely believe, but there's no point in me arriving late to the party just to go, I think the show is good. Hello. But last year, as I finished watching the second season, I had a look online at what people were saying about it, and for some strange reason, I was seeing the name Cool Autistic Gamer show up a concerning number of times. So I typed the name into YouTube and I was officially sent down a rabbit hole I could never come back from. And with even more to cover in regards to this topic now that season 3 is currently airing, I figured now would be a good time to cover one of the most entertaining yet somehow messy internet mysteries I've seen in a good while, and one of the main points of conversation within the Smiling Friends fandom, the Cool Autistic Gamer 774, as well as some other channels just like it, but we'll get to those later on. Also, this is the replacement for the Halloween video this year, even though it's not on topic. Let me just drag this file into Vegas one sec. Yeah, there we go. Season 2 onwards, a few notable YouTube channels have popped up and caused quite the conversation given the nature of their content. The most famous of all of these being the Cool Autistic Gamer 774, with their first upload dating back to the 27th of May 2024. On the surface, the channel doesn't seem like anything too special. There are tons of YouTube channels that lazily repost clips of cartoons. I mean, hell, I used to do it back when I was 13. By the way, if you work at Turner Broadcasting and you're watching this video, no, you didn't fucking see anything. Once you actually start watching all of the Cool Autistic Gamers videos in order, you slowly realize there's a lot more going on here, and seeing it go from slightly edited clips from Smiling Friends into full animations and straight up replacing scenes from the show is frankly mind-blowing. For the first few uploads on the channel, not a whole lot is out of the ordinary. They're mostly completely unedited Smiling Friends clips with just an added touch of personal flair towards the end.
Hi, you just watched a cool cartoon clip of the cool autistic gamer 774. Subscribe for more and hit a like if you liked it. Thank you.
At the end of each upload, the Cool Autistic Gamer gives his iconic little outro speech accompanied by the channel logo, a crudely drawn parody of Morty from Rick and Morty. If you couldn't tell, the Cool Autistic Gamer has autism. It's always good to see a fellow autist make it big in the world. It's the kind of representation we need more of. And while this outro may get a tad repetitive, the placement and timing of the logo and speech are always ever so slightly off while still trying to be naturally integrated into the clip itself, like when it's put on TV screens or on another character's face when there's a cut back and forth. Very tasteful, very based. Another thing you'll notice in a lot of the clips is that while the outro speech is happening, Charlie's face will be slightly tweaked so that he's smiling in the Cool Autistic Gamer's presence. It's a small thing, but it's a semi-consistent detail throughout most of the clips. But eventually things start getting a little more interesting, most notably the increased production values and overall quality. Starting with the Joel Haver clip, we get a small quality bump as keyframing is being thrown into the mix with the channel logo tracking the character's face. Then we get to the UFO clip, where not only is there now full animation for the Cool Autistic Gamer, and pretty good animation at that, we also have a clearly text-to-speech sounding Pim saying some new dialogue.
Oh, and how could I forget? The Cool Autistic Gamer 774.
Hi, you just watched a cool cartoon clip.
Things only continue to get stranger going into the Earth is Flat clip, where the Cool Autistic Gamer shows up once more with full animation, and Pim once again has new dialogue courtesy of some text-to-speech software. You can hear that he sounds distinctly American at points.
Wait, Charlie, is that the Cool Autistic Gamer 774?
And on top of this, Pim's lip syncing seems to match the new dialogue, though it is a bit hard to tell with how quickly it cuts to
Hi, you just watched a cool cartoon clip.
The next two uploads don't have many new major improvements, but then we get to the CPR clip, and this was the point where I became genuinely impressed with the amount of effort put into this seemingly stupid channel.
I already told you.
Hi, you just watched a cool cartoon clip of the cool autistic gamer 774.
We have now jumped to CG animation, very crude and limited CG animation obviously, but this was definitely a surprise. And while the next clip, Jason's Demise, doesn't feature any CG, it's somehow even more surprising than the last.
Oh yeah, wow, real nice handiwork with the blow dart, the Cool Autistic Idiot 774. I swear, you'll just find any reason to use that stupid thing. I honestly don't know what Charlie sees in you. You're just a complete moron.
This is just an entirely different scene now. In the original episode, Jason just dies here, much to Charlie and Alan's shock. The clip, however, presents an entirely different scenario, and what's most shocking is just how consistent the animation is with the rest of the show. Nothing looks too out of place here. This is more than just a simple edit. And what's most fascinating to me is Alan's voice.
Oh yeah, wow, real nice handiwork with the blow dart, the cool autistic idiot 774.
If that's AI or text-to-speech, then it is doing a damn good job at sounding one-to-one with Michael Cusack's performance, especially since previous usage of AI or text-to-speech for Pim's voice sounded noticeably off. This was about the point that people following the channel's activity began to question, is this channel made by someone who works on the show? Is this just an elaborate joke being played on people who happen to come across the channel in their recommended feed? How is the animation quality so high? The average amateur can't just do something like this. The final clip posted for season 2 is Rotten the Snowman, where
Hi! You just watched a cool cartoon clip.
Cool Autistic Gamer pops out of a window animated entirely in CG and gives the outro spiel. And even ignoring just how good the animation and editing has gotten, if you go to the comments you'll have people pointing out that this video was allegedly uploaded less than an hour after season 2 episode 8 premiered on Adult Swim. There is no way someone can throw together an animation and edit like this for an episode that had literally just premiered on TV. It's too fast. Borderline inhuman unless they had prior access to the episode. The channel had garnered a decent bit of attention from the Smiling Friends fandom at this point, with many theorizing that someone working on the show had to have been behind it. People, as entertained as they were by the absurdity, naturally wanted answers. And it never came. The Cool Autistic Gamer stopped uploading after this and went on hiatus along with the show itself. No one was sure if the channel would return to start posting more edits, if they were waiting for season 3 to drop, or if this truly was the end. It turned out to just be the second one. The Cool Autistic Gamer officially returned from hiatus on the day of season 3's premiere, dropping his edit of the Inspector clip shortly after the episode finished. However, many were quick to point out that this one was a lot more basic than the previous clips, only featuring a crude green screen and the channel logo. It was very similar to the first few videos uploaded to the channel, with many lamenting that the Cool Autistic Gamer had lost his animation budget. However, to everyone's shock, the Cool Autistic Gamer uploaded another clip from the season 3 premiere only 2 days later titled Silly Samuel Crash Out. And I don't think it's a stretch to say that this is the most insane video he has ever uploaded, and was the video that further pushed the channel into becoming widely recognized by the entire fandom, with it having over 700,000 views as of writing this video, the most viewed clip on the entire channel. The Inspector clip lulled everyone into a false sense of security, with its lower production values. This is barely a clip from the show, this is almost an entirely different scene. The Smiling Friends building is changed to its face, the CG when the head starts rolling down the street looks flat out identical to the show's version, the bull succeeds at running over the entire crowd which kills everyone and Silly Samuel, who crumbles into a million pieces, and to top it all off, the man himself walks up to Charlie and Pim at the end to do his outro speech, but is then interrupted by Pim, who is likely traumatized after seeing an entire crowd of people die to his face.
Hi! You just watched
Sorry.
What?
Sorry, the Cool Autistic Gamer 774. You're not now. Just not now, please.
Oh, come on, Pim. Let him do his little thing.
We just watched 20 people die, Charlie.
Yeah, but he's
and it was his face. His face just squashed like 20 people. It's too soon for him to do his thing. It's too soon.
You'll also notice that not only is the actual character animation and lip syncing one-to-one with the actual show, the voices also sound strikingly accurate, like to the point where I wouldn't be surprised if this was actual dialogue recorded by the voice actors. It's basically indistinguishable at this point.
What? Because of the Cool Autistic Gamer 774's shitty renovations?
If people still weren't convinced the Cool Autistic Gamer was working on the show, they were folding after this clip was posted. There just isn't another explanation that makes sense. Even if this was a collaborative effort, this would take so much longer to make than just a couple of days after the episode premiere. Whether it was someone actually working on Smiling Friends or just a devoted fan or group of fans, this was a very impressive alternate cut. That's the point we're at now. I'm calling these alternate cuts. Calling them edits just doesn't do it justice. As of writing this video, there are currently 2 more clips on the channel from season 3 episodes 2 and 3. And while nothing as crazy as the Silly Samuel clip happens in them, they're still interesting to talk about. The Pim song clip ends with the Cool Autistic Gamer watching Charlie and Pim from a distance before doing his outro speech to the camera, though his attire this time around is a bit questionable. He's wearing an apron, his clothes are torn, and he has visible cuts on his legs. What the hell does this mean? I thought for sure this was going to be a tease that he would be in episode 3 based on the teaser we got, but he never showed up there. I doubt there's any story here worth taking seriously. Again, this is just incredibly professional shitposting. I just find all of this super fascinating fascinating. I have no idea where any of this is gonna go, or if it's just all being done for shits and giggles and doesn't mean anything. The final clip that was uploaded a few days ago, Mole Man, is an interesting exception to the entire channel because the Cool Autistic Gamer doesn't show up at all. Not once, there's no outro. He isn't seen anywhere, he's just gone. Where did he go? Instead, towards the end, there's an entirely new exchange between Pim and Charlie referring to him, and it's very obvious that Pim is not very fond of him.
You know, Charlie, this adventure kinda reminded me of someone.
Oh, yeah, huh? And when was the last time we saw that someone? Yeah, that's what I thought.
You can think up some possible story implications from that if you want, but that's the end of the Cool Autistic Gamer, for now anyway. I have no reason to believe he's gonna stop uploading when new episodes premiere. Autistic Gamer 774, as silly as this is gonna sound, is one of my new favorite internet mysteries. There's just so many questions surrounding the content and why the channel exists, who's even running the damn thing, etc. that I find really interesting. It's obvious the channel is meant to be a parody of lazy cartoon clip channels, while also making fun of the lack of self-awareness a lot of people who talk about cartoons online tend to have, since a lot of them are on the spectrum and regularly make an ass of themselves due to said lack of self-awareness. If you spend any time online around people who talk about cartoons, you know the type. It's also clearly evocative of those ironic and also unironic videos of people inserting themselves or their OCs into cartoons or anime.
Yesterday was a bit of a doozy.
A doozy.
Looks like someone ate sugar before bed.
I love these kinds of videos. They're just completely unhinged and I can almost never tell which ones are done ironically and which ones are actually serious.
Vegetable revolution and they want my head on the chopping block!
Lady Palatina? How did the carrots come to life?
But even for a parody channel, I'm simply blown away by the amount of effort here. It's no wonder the channel's developed its own following outside of Smiling Friends. People recognize that whoever's behind it has genuine talent and it turns every new upload into a full-blown event. Hell, with the Pim song clip, the channel's begun doing video premieres as seen by the live chat still being visible. It's really taken on a life of its own. But disregarding the unfathomable amount of glaze I've just poured in this channel, the question remains, who is the Cool Autistic Gamer 774? Cool Autistic Gamer offers a super talented and devoted fan, but I think many people would agree that isn't a satisfying answer. It's definitely not a thrilling or even coherent explanation given just how quickly these clips come out after their respective episodes drop. Once again, according to the comments on the Snowman clip, that video itself was uploaded less than an hour after the episode premiered on Adult Swim, and the Inspector clip was also uploaded less than a day after the season 3 premiere. Either the Cool Autistic Gamer already had an animation made for a new clip and quickly put together a green screen that matched the scene once the episode came out, not very likely, or the answer is something much spicier. Maybe he has access to episodes before they premiere, or maybe, the most popular theory, the Cool Autistic Gamer is actually someone on the Smiling Friends crew, which begs the question of just who the hell the Cool Autistic Gamer really is. Ignoring the obvious answers of him being a devoted fan, we have a few options here that all seem rather plausible, one of which potentially being a category 10 level disaster if it turns out to be true, but we'll get back to that. The most obvious candidates for being the Cool Autistic Gamer 774 are the creators of Smiling Friends, Zach Hadel and Michael Cusack. Either one of them is working on it, or both of them are. Either way, a lot of signs point towards Zach and Michael being involved with the channel, and most people agree that they're the most likely suspects. If anyone is familiar with Zach Hadel's work outside Smiling Friends like Sleepy Cabin or Oni Plays, this definitely comes off as a Zach Hadel bit. There are so many autism jokes on Oni Plays and Sleepy Cabin, and Zach is no stranger to making them at all. The most prominent example I could find by eloquently typing in Sleepy Cabin autism jokes into the fucking search bar was the time everyone tried convincing Corey that Aaron Hansen was severely autistic, then contacted Aaron after the fact so he could be in on the whole bit and with Corey later on. Before I play this clip, I do just want to acknowledge that a lot of Smiling Friends fans are not aware of the kind of jokes that the guys on Only Plays and Sleepy Cabin used to make and still kinda make. So if you're at all surprised by how offensive this clip is, I don't know what to tell you. From one gay autist to another, it's not that deep.
Chris started, he's like, man, I hope when you meet Aaron, he's not all weird. And then I was like, what are you talking about? And then I didn't know what I think you were there too.
I was definitely there.
Stamper, I'm pointing at Stamper.
I was definitely
Zach
there.
was there.
Yeah.
Somebody said, like, then they just kept spitfiring. They're like, oh, he has like mild autism. Like he has this thing in his neck where he has to do a twitch every 20 seconds.
He's like,
We were all sitting in like weird stuff where he's like, I just he like spits everywhere.
Yeah,
He's like,
and don't get offended if like mid-conversation he runs away and hides in
And then they said,
and he wears a fanny pack.
a fanny pack full of broken fucking Crayola crayons and markers.
I remember specifically I made that laugh because I almost fucking laughed when I said, he has a fanny pack with crayons. He always like colors. He's like,
and I was like,
spits everywhere.
He draws on everything.
And he's a slobbery chin.
Yeah, he has a lip too. He said he's like a weird gimp lip.
Yeah.
But what's really funny
one big shoe and one little shoe.
The best part is, like, I was still like, okay, I don't care if he's like this like deformed idiot card. I still want to meet him.
Yeah.
And then when I met him at Pico Day, these motherfuckers must have like updated him because when I shook his hand, I was like, "Oh hey, what's up?" He's like, "Hey," and he like did the Twitch thing, and I didn't see his.
And this is just one example, but we'd genuinely be here all day if I played all of the autism jokes from Sleepy Cabin. This absolutely comes off as a bit that Zach Hadel would do. At the same time, it can absolutely be Michael Cusack on his own, and personally, I really want to believe it is just Michael f***ing around on his own. This would not be the first time Michael Cusack started a YouTube channel for the express purpose of creating a parody character, as many Smiling Friends fans know that he was the guy behind Lucas the Magnificent, a character clearly making fun of neckbeard atheists that genuinely fooled a lot of people at the time it was active across YouTube and Twitter. Bait like this just doesn't exist anymore, no one falls for such an obvious setup anymore, so it's really a thrilling time capsule to go look back at. Michael wouldn't admit it was him behind it for a good while too, he even fooled Zach at one point I think. In my opinion, I would be very satisfied if it turned out the Cool Autistic Gamer was Zach, Michael, or the two just f***ing around together. It'd make way too much sense. At the same time, there's also the very real possibility it isn't either of them, and it's just someone or a group of people who work on Smiling Friends doing something stupid in their free time, likely with Zach and Michael's knowledge. If the Cool Autistic Gamer turns out to be any of these people, I wouldn't exactly be surprised, but I'd at least take comfort in knowing that whoever's behind the Cool Autistic Gamer wasn't a potentially terrible person, which is why we now have to turn our attention to that Category 10 disaster scenario I was talking about. As I was originally making this video last week, something happened on Twitter that caused me to push the video back until I had done my research. A bunch of people randomly began claiming that they knew the identity of the Cool Autistic Gamer. Specifically, it was being claimed that someone named Ari Weimer, also known as Skibble in the Object Show fandom, I feel like I'm developing cancer reading this out loud, was the man behind the autistic mask. Now, I knew basically nothing about this entire situation going in, so apologies if I do get some details wrong here, but it's alleged that Ari Weimer / Skibble is not exactly a nice guy. You know what, actually I don't f***ing care. Someone else can cover this drama, I don't f***ing care. It's alleged that Ari is known for creating multiple short-lived YouTube channels he would upload his animations to, and that he's apparently active in the Object Show community under the name Skibble, which is a whole other can of worms. The accusation of Ari being the Cool Autistic Gamer actually comes from a clip of a call-in stream by YouTuber Lodaluck. Who are these people, dude? In this clip, a caller referred to as Ari joins, which leads to a nigh incomprehensible conversation / shit-flinging contest. Seriously, the entire time, Ari and Lodaluck are just rage-baiting each other and getting super heated, all the while Ari starts singing incoherent nonsense.
Every meme, every scream, every bean. Guys, look up Easy to Be and watch the... Did you write those lyrics or were they AI? Can you just admit?
I don't know what you're talking about.
No, but... Oh, I don't know what you're talking about. Wait, so you know me?
Yes, I know you.
Like, we're obvious... Like, we're in this circle together.
Yes,
and like,
yes,
well, not really, but... Take it real.
I think you're really annoying.
I don't fucking care. I don't fucking care about anything.
Hey, and to be honest, like Lopez is the same way. Like he's just as annoying as you are sometimes.
Every bean, every scream, every meme.
But by the way, guys,
I don't know what that is.
This is the guy.
Now I'm onto
this is literally the guy
bigger and greater things.
No,
yeah, I'll admit that. I'll freely. Okay, wait. I'll say I'm.
It's one of the most annoying pieces of audio I've ever had the displeasure of listening to for a video, but the important part is that Luck accuses Ari of being the Cool Autistic Gamer out of nowhere, and Ari responds by not denying it and asking how Luck knew who they were.
Big boys. I like Travis Scott, and I like to walk. I like wartime.
Ari, does everyone know that you're Cool Autistic Gamer? Does everyone know you're Cool Autistic
Gamer? It's coming out. Wait, how do you know who I am?
Because I know that you
Wait, so maybe that adds some, maybe perhaps that adds some credibility to the Easy to Be allegations.
Well,
if you know who I am, it's all coming out.
I know who you are.
It's worth noting that there are hints of the Cool Autistic Gamer's voice when Ari starts talking, but nothing concrete. There's no smoking gun moment where you go, wait, yeah, that's the guy. So as much as it's tempting to believe this, given how suspect it is, it's not a rock-solid accusation. However, if you wanted more solid proof than this, then going onto Ari's channel for a second, we can unfortunately find some pretty decent evidence. His video titled Symbol Lore Free features 2 characters voiced by himself that sound damn similar to the Cool Autistic Gamer.
Pie, peace, hammer and sickle, star of day, vid.
You're looping again, I think you're...
It's also worth noting that Ari's animation style is very similar to how the Cool Autistic Gamer himself is animated, with the thick outlines and everything. After a bunch of accounts started spreading this around, people on Twitter naturally began claiming they knew his identity, which caused Ari to hop on his Skibble account. Again, this is all alleged, this is not my area of expertise, I'm not even 100% convinced Ari and Skibble are the same guy. Ari starts responding on his Skibble account to whatever the fuck is going on here, and when questioned if he actually was the Cool Autistic Gamer, he gave some very vague but suspicious suspicious answers. Now, this entire situation is a total mess. I don't even know for sure if Skibble and Ari are the same guy, but there's enough evidence here to make the claim that Ari Weimer is the cool autistic gamer. Personally, I really hope this doesn't turn out to be the case given the things Ari is accused of, and also because I greatly prefer the idea that this is either a devoted Smiling Friends fan or actually someone on the show, as it puts a much better taste in my mouth. So there you have it. Those are the most popular candidates of who could very feasibly be the cool autistic gamer. Most of them would be pretty cool, whereas one of them would kill a lot of the excitement surrounding. Cool Autistic Gamer is definitely the most popular channel of its kind. A couple of other channels have recently surfaced that have very similar naming conventions and content, disguising themselves as Smiling Friends clip channels like the Cool Autistic Gamer, but adding their own unique spin on things with their own characters and ideas. These channels are Criticlips 2002 and Cool Autistic Gamer 774 Archive. These two have only within the past week or two actually gotten any attention given the insane amount of attention the Cool Autistic Gamer is receiving for the Silly Samuel clip, and I think this is probably going to start a trend of more of these self-insert accounts popping up out of nowhere. For now though, I just want to focus on these two. Criticlips 2002 is definitely the most popular of the two, despite being the most recent. The channel only has 4 videos so far, and they only began uploading a couple of weeks back, but there's still some interesting stuff to discuss here. Unlike the Cool Autistic Gamer 774, where the entire punchline revolves around a particular part of the clip being edited, mostly towards the end, so he can make an appearance and do his funny outro, as well as the budget constantly increasing as the edits get way more elaborate, Criticlips 2002 edits in their own original character called Dolly Dimpley, and she basically just stands around in each clip like she was there the entire time. It's a more conventional way of inserting your OC into a cartoon, as none of the Smiling Friends characters actually acknowledge her existence like they do of the Cool Autistic Gamer. What's most notable about Dolly is that her dialogue feels scientifically engineered to be as annoying as possible, and that's the entire joke.
Those animals should not be together. This displeases the Dimple.
Yes, hello, but I'm not sorry.
Why don't you say that again? I'm craving some frog legs right about now.
Dude, you're gonna love this place. I've been coming here since I was a homunculus.
Since you were a what? Say psych right now.
What can I get you?
A walking, talking packet of ketchup? Bye! Freaking dead body and freaking salties! I'm about to head out.
Hello, we're the Smiling Friends.
And you screwed it up. Wow. I did not see that coming.
She goes, that just happened, this is awkward, constantly. She ruins every natural joke in the original episode. She specializes in giving secondhand embarrassment to anyone who watches, but it's just self-aware enough that it wraps back around to being genuinely funny. It makes each clip both excruciating to watch, but also genuinely commendable. It's an obvious parody, but it takes effort to intentionally make a character this annoying, and for that I applaud Criticlips 2002. I also think that they managed to integrate their character into the show very well without looking too out of place. Smiling Friends is a series with a multimedia style, and has plenty of unconventional looking characters, so the fact that Dolly fits in as well as she does is pretty neat. While this is also mocking clip channels, Dolly herself is also a very obvious parody of... I mean, just look at her design and listen to her speak. I mean, there's an entire minute of her making so awkward jokes about Alan admitting to liking cock. If I'm gonna be a bit mean here, she looks and talks like an SMG4 character. I haven't even watched SMG4 since I was 12, I'm just hating for the sake of it based on the clips I've seen recently. There's only 4 uploads on Criticlips so far, and I don't seem to be concerned with uploading clips the day an episode drops, as only 2 of the uploads are actually from season 3 so far. But overall, I really like this little spin on the gimmick. I find it very charming. The most obscure of the two is Cool Autistic Gamer 774 Archive. A parody of archive upload channels is archiving a parody of cartoon clip channels. Don't let anyone tell you that being unoriginal can't be a creative endeavor if you shitpost hard enough. Anyway, what sets this one apart from the rest is... I'm genuinely sorry. The Archive channel takes Smiling Friends clips and edits them into these horror-style videos. It's very strange and super cryptic, but I don't think any of it has too much significance. It's cheap horror, and that's very much the point. I was surprised that this channel first showed up around 7 months ago and then went on hiatus until season 3 premiered. It's been around for a good while, and people are only now discovering it due to its connection to the Cool Autistic Gamer. There's not much to discuss with this one. There are a couple of surprisingly creepy images and effective jump scares, but whatever this channel is trying to do is yet to be seen. I'm sure there's more to come. Yeah, that was the Smiling Friends self-insert rabbit hole. I'm aware this video ended up being mostly about the cool autistic gamer, but I don't think you can really blame me for that. I just find all of this super interesting, and I'm happy to be a fan of something that actually has something interesting divorced from the show going on in the background again. I'm obsessed with that kind of shit. I sincerely doubt that all of these channels are officially owned and handled by people working on Smiling Friends, but if at least one of them does turn out to be, then I think that'd be pretty neat. If they all turn out to be owned by Skibble though, then you'll find me in cement shoes at the bottom of the sea by next month. Anyway, that's the end of the video. Subscribe for more, and hit a like if you liked it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Also play Red Dead 2.
What? You gonna rob me? Is that it?